So well-known celebrity and actress Keke Palmer goes to an Usher show. Right after that, she loses her relationship. Let's talk about it.
I love Brotha T.
How you doing? This is Terry Wilson, aka your boy Brotha T, here with another one. So we like to thank you and welcome to the New Life Tree, where we like to give you little pine cones of wisdom for your motivation and mental health. If you don't know what that is, stick around, stay on the channel, you'll get it. Now remember, I don't know everything, but I might know a lot of things. Today we're going to talk about Keke Palmer. What happened between her and her child's father? Boy, this is going to be one of those episodes, right? So Keke Palmer, who just had a child with her child's father, Darius, she decides to go to the Usher concert. You know, that old, oh, I'm going out with the girls to have some fun. Oh, it'll be innocent. Don't worry about it. Man, she went there and she had a whole full relationship going on. And then after that, she lost the whole relationship. Boy, Jet Li.
That was a mistake.
So, what happened at the Usher concert? So, from what I hear, Usher has a very cool concert. It's very entertaining and seductive. We've heard all of these things about the Usher concert. Usher at some point starts to serenade her. Now, when Usher serenades her, her child's father takes to social media to, let us know that he didn't like it. What did Darius write or type? Darius says, "It's the outfit though. You're a mom." Boy, Darius tweeted that out, and Jet Li,
that was a mistake.
I mean, they came out of the woodwork. Some men and some women came out and they called him everything. They called him a kept hoe. They called him the help. They called him all types of things. All because he chooses to be at home and take care of their child while Keke is out working. That's a whole different subject we can get into at another time. Whether what role is what. Gender roles are very polarizing in today's America. But let's stick to the story. So after he puts that out, people are coming at him left and right. He's called all types of names. So Darius follows up with another social media post where he says, "We live in a generation where a man of the family doesn't want the wife and mother to his kids to showcase booty cheeks to please others, and he gets told how much of a hater he is. This is my family and my representation. I have standards and morals to what I believe. I rest my case." Now, personally, I agree with him. As a mother, you should be held to another standard. Now, you're going to say, Brotha T, they weren't married, so how can he tell her what to do? He didn't make as much money as she did. How can he tell her what to do? He can't. I think that women can do whatever they want with their bodies. However, you have to accept the consequence of that choice. If you're just going to do whatever you want with your body, you have to take what comes along with it. Let me put it like this for some of you ladies out there. I'm going to tell you something about men that a lot of men are not going to tell you. Yes, I'm going to tell the secrets. The brothers are going to look for me after I tell you these secrets, okay? So, first of all, men, we put women in categories. especially if we don't know you. If we're just meeting you for the first time, you will get put in a category automatically. Now, some guys, they're going to say he doesn't know what he's talking about, but yeah, I do. All right. So what categories do we put women in? We'll put you in the category of lady, a woman, wife, whatever. And then we have a category for whoas. Okay. When we put you in the category of whoa, we don't look at you the same way as a lady and a wife or whatever. Now, a lot of you ladies out there, you see it as one global thing. You see it as one general thing. If you're a lady, you're a lady. You're a woman, and you're all the same. I understand that. That's why you stick up for each other the way you do. But you have to understand how men think. So when you become a mother to our child, we expect certain behaviors out of you, just like you expect certain behaviors out of your husband and your boyfriend. A lot of you out there right now, even ones that disagree with me, I want you to take a look at the situation and substitute Keke for your boyfriend or husband, and substitute Usher for like Beyonce or somebody. Beyonce starts to sing to him and he's hugged up with her and he might grab a little booty, you know what I'm saying? You know darn well you'll have a problem with it, and you probably would go to social media like he did and you would probably tweet something out that ends up being Jet.
That was a mistake.
Now, I will say that Darius was 100% wrong in the way he handled it. I think he should have waited for her to get home, then have that discussion. Handled it like a G, my G. You have to be calm about it. Don't be, because that shows like you were in your feelings. Don't get in your feelings. Everything. I don't care how much you love a person. I don't care how much emotion is tied up in your relationship. You have to run it like a business. What's best for business? If her doing that is bad for business, then you have to go and make other choices. You have to make other decisions with your life. Separate yourself from the situation. Don't be over emotional about it. Make a logical decision for you and your child. If your child's mother is a little too wild, then let that be what it is, and then you guys can fight it out in the court. However, when you how can I put this? When you first got with her, and I'm just guessing here, I wasn't there, but I can tell that you probably didn't lead off the right way. The way you start is the way that you're gonna have to finish, unfortunately for some fellas out there. So if you lead off letting her have the lead, if you lead off by letting her take care of most of the things monetarily, then later on that's gonna come back to bite you when you try to have a certain authority in the situation and you haven't had that authority up to that point. I hope that makes sense to a lot of you fellas out there. Now let's go back to the video, because I want to point out some little nuances that some people missed. They only saw Keke dancing with Usher and him serenading her, but there was a little moment before that that's probably a little more how can I put it, a little more egregious. So let's look at this part where Keke sees Usher comes out without the shirt, and let's just say that there was a thirst trap involved here. And boy, she looked like she was ready to do something to Usher, if you know what I mean. What was she ready to do? My man Angry Man is going to tell us what she was ready to do.
Break out that Gok 2000.
Man, she was ready to go. So maybe Darius saw that first part. Then when he saw the second part, that was just icing on the cake. Now, at this point, we're going to tell you a few things you can do to try to figure out if you are with a woman that's for the streets. Is she for the streets or is she a lady? Remember, ladies, I told you, Guys, we will put women in categories when we meet them. Trust me. All of you have gone into a man's category with a man. I guarantee you. After you met him, you're just unaware of it because he didn't say anything to you. So let's look at some signs that you have a girl, or you're messing with a girl, or you have a wife even. Maybe you didn't recognize it up to this point. That was for the streets. Okay, the first sign that you're with a woman for the streets is that she'll have ratchet friends. Now, if you constantly see your woman, especially if when she goes out and her friends are coming over to pick her up and they're super ratchet, especially if she has more than one, more than likely your woman is being ratchet too. They say that birds of a feather flock together, right? I forgot who said the quote. If I find out later in editing, I'll put it on the screen. But somebody says something that a person is a sum of their 5 closest friends or something like that. I'm paraphrasing, but you get what I'm saying. The people you hang around, that's you. That is you. If I find your 5 closest friends, I know who you are. So if she has ratchet friends, very ratchet friends, almost no, what we would call normal friends, be aware, be scared, actually, be afraid, be very afraid. So the next sign that she is ratchet, she goes out every weekend. I mean, multiple times on multiple days on the weekend, but not with you. She always has an excuse, right? And even when you guys go out, she's dressed kind of, regular. She might look a little sexy, a little, she might do a little thing that you like, whatever. But when she goes out with her girl, she's really dressed like the number one. And so are her friends. Trust me, she might be for the streets. What's the next sign that she could be from the streets? She is still talking and connected to an ex. All right, so when guys tell you ladies to stop communicating with men and stop liking men on social media, it's not that guys are trying to be controlling. It's not that guys are trying to tell you what to do and be abusive. It's because we know the game, because we probably played that game with a couple of women ourselves. Guys that you call friends and guys that you break up with and we're still friends, trust me, at any given moment, they're waiting on that opening to come do what they gotta do, if you know what I mean. So we have to be very careful and gotta be very diligent. Stay away. If you're a woman and you want to stay connected to your ex, it's probably because you still have love for that ex. And when I say love, we're not talking about like I love my friends and I love this and that. We're talking about that passionate love, that eros love, or whatever you want to call it. So, that's another sign that she could be from the streets. So what's our next sign? She lives luxurious. This is more for if she's not a wife, right? If she's a girlfriend. But she lives a luxurious lifestyle, and she has a regular job. Now, I know some of you guys, this is going to hit home because you've known a girl that was a waitress at Applebee's, let's say. And you like, okay, well, she's a waitress at Applebee's. She's working hard. But she had like the newest Mercedes Benz or whatever. You can tell I don't drive them. But whatever class they have out now, that's the expensive. She's driving around in that, but she's making like $6 an hour, you know what I mean? With tips or whatever. I don't know how much they make at Applebee's. Respect to all my servers at Applebee's. I'm just using that as an example. So she's living this lavish lifestyle, but she's driving this and driving that. She might be doing things on the side. You get what I'm saying? She might be on the side, if you know what I mean. For real. Angry man,
Break out that Gok 2000.
So be very aware and be very cognizant. If she's wearing a lot of expensive stuff, that what do you call those Pandora bracelets, and they have every single charm on them, but you know she only makes a certain amount. Okay, how did she get that? How did she get it? How did she get that purse? You know what I'm saying? Because she don't make enough to get that purse, and we supposed to be kicking it. Something don't smell right. So what's the next sign that your girl, wife, whoever can be from the streets? They're constantly breadcrumbing you. Every time you try to reach out to them, they're ghosting. You know what I mean? They don't return your call. When you text, they might return your text the next day. They might do it a few hours later. Now, some do this because they want to give the appearance that they're busy, right? But a lot of times they do it because they're busy texting everybody else, including their real boyfriend. We'll talk about that later. And if you're a guy and you keep getting breadcrumb like that over a certain amount of time, and she knows she can do that to you, and you're taking that and you're taking it on the chin and you're not doing anything about it, she's going to lose respect for you. As a matter of fact, I'd say if you continue to do that, even though she's breadcrumbing you and ghosting you, I would say, Mike,
when you're using drugs, you're only cheating yourself out of the chance to find out who you really can be. And believe me, if you don't use drugs, you can just about be anything you want to be.
You're insane if you don't stand up for yourself. Get out of there. Go towards somebody that really, really likes you. So the next sign that your girl could be from the streets is she's always on the phone. She's always getting messages, but she never shows you the message, and she puts her phone face down every time she's around you. If she puts her phone face down when she's around you, and it's constantly you hearing messages, you hearing buzzing all day long, and every now and then she'll be talking to you and she'll, yeah, if she does that frequently and often, she might be from the streets, bro. Might be for the streets. I'm sorry. She might be from the streets too. Who knows? But you guys, I want you to pay real close attention to what I'm saying on this episode, because I'm giving you game. We're having some fun here. We're talking junk. We're talking a lot of trash. But at the same time, I need you to be aware of these things, because a lot of you ladies don't know that guys, we're goofy when it comes to relating to you. We're goofy because we believe in love. We believe in romance more than you think. It's a stereotype that women are the romantic ones and all that. I argue against that. I think guys are the real romantic ones. That's why we keep getting caught up in these marriages, and then we end up in sexless marriages, and then we end up paying crazy child support, crazy alimony, because we believed in love. we didn't see the business aspect of it. And honestly, when you do that and you're a man, when you go into a situation and you're not being cognizant, ooh, Yoda,
You must unlearn what you have learned.
All right, so what is the next sign that you could be dealing with a woman that's for the streets? She has a Cash App, PayPal, some kind of payment thing linked to her social media. If you see, seriously, I'm serious about this one. Unless she has a platform where she, let's say she's selling makeup or doing makeup. Let's say she created a whole channel around it, and yes, she's gonna have PayPal and stuff like that. But if she's a regular woman that she's not doing any of those things, she's just putting herself out there, she's taking all these selfies and whatever, and you see PayPal links, you see Cash App links, you see Get At Me, you see, and she doesn't really run it like a business. She's not a real content creator in your mind, bruh. She might be for the streets. She might be getting donations from wealthy gentlemen, generous is the word I'm looking for. A generous gentleman might be giving her a little bit extra on the side. That's why she'll end up at Applebee's and the new Mercedes, if you get what I'm saying. So what you have to do as a man, you have to stay cognizant. Now let's get to the very last thing and the last sign that I have that can point you in the right direction and get away from these girls from the streets. If you are with a girl, a lady, even if your wife smokes weed, let's say they smoke weed all the time, and they never have money for weed, but they always got a bag of weed, they might be for the streets. Now, that goes in different categories. Now, there's a lot of ladies out there that's listening to this part of the video. They like, how does he know all this? Because I have experience in life. I've experienced some of these things, and some of the things I just observed over the years. So if you have a woman, now, I used to be with somebody that smoked weed every day. I don't smoke at all. Don't ask me. It just happened that way. So what happens when a person smokes every single day? That can get expensive unless you're growing it, right? So if you find yourself having it every single day, but you know that you can't really afford it every single day, what are you doing to get it? Now, she could have a relationship with the weed man, right? Or she could be having somebody else pay the weed man to get it. I'm just telling you that it's a sign that she might be for the streets. As a matter of fact, my man Future has something to say about her.
She belongs to the streets.
So this is Terrion Wilson. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Keke Palmer, good luck to you out there. Darius, good luck. This is your man Terrion Wilson, aka Brotha T. You might hate me after this episode, but I don't care. I'm gonna get you with another hot one next time. You might like the next one if you didn't like this one though. That's how I do it. Peace.